Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be going over basic derivative rules. This is typically taught in Calculus 1 or AP Calculus in high school. So we'll get started. First we have the function x to the fifth minus 2 times x to the power of 3 plus 7 times x minus 12. When we take the derivative of a polynomial like this, what we're going to do is we're going to take the exponent, multiply it by the coefficient in front. In this case, x to the power of 5 has a coefficient of 1. And we're going to multiply 5 by 1, which gives us 5x. And then we're going to subtract the power by 1. So it'll be 5x to the power of 4. Next, we have negative 2x to the power of 3. We're going to multiply negative 2 by 3. That's going to give us negative 6x. And then we're going to subtract 1 from the power, x to the power of 2. Next, we have 7. X to the power of 1. We're going to multiply 7 by 1, which gives us 7, and then we're going to subtract 1. X to the power of 0 is just 1, so there's no x. And then whenever you have a constant and you take the derivative of a constant, it gives you 0. So we find that the derivative of f of x, which is x to the power of 5 minus 2x to the power of 3 plus 7x minus 12, is going to be 5x to the power of 4 minus 6x squared plus 7. Here we have st equals negative 16t squared plus 70t plus 500. When we take the derivative of s of t, we're going to multiply negative 16 by 2. That'll give us negative 32t to the power of 1 plus, here we have 70 times t to the power of 1. We're going to subtract by 1 right after we multiply. 70 times 1 is 70, and then t to the power of 0 is just 1. So we find that the derivative of st is going to be negative 32t plus 70. For number 3, we have y equals 2 times the square root of x. The way that we need to think about the square root of x is 2 times x to the power of half. We always want to think of it as an exponent so that we can multiply and subtract by 1. So if we're looking for the derivative of y, we need to multiply the exponent by 2. So 2 times half is just 1x. And then we need to subtract 1. Half minus 1 is going to be negative half. And we find that 1 times x to the power of negative half is going to be 1 over x to the power of positive half. The exponent turns positive when we bring it down to the denominator. And then finally, we're going to say that the derivative of y equals 1 over the square root of x. Number 3, we have y equals 1 over 2 times the cubed root of x squared. Once again, we're going to change this x so that we have the exponent very clear. First, we have half, and then we're going to have x to the power. The root is always the denominator, and then the exponent is the numerator, 2 over 3. And it's going to be negative since it's on the denominator of the fraction. So let me just rewrite it. It's going to be negative 2 over 3. So when we take the derivative, same first step, we're going to multiply 1 over 2 times negative 2 over 3. And then we have to subtract 1. This will give us x to the power. Negative 2 over 3 minus 1 is negative 5 over 3. And then finally, when we multiply these two fractions together, 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. 2 times 3 is 6. And it's going to be times x to the power of negative 5 over 4. And just to simplify this, we'll have 2 over 6 become 1 over 3. And then we'll bring this to the denominator so that it has a positive exponent. and the derivative of y ends up being 1 over x times x to the power of 5 over 3 times 3. Number 5. Once again, we're going to do the same first step. We're going to rewrite each of the x's so that it's in terms of an exponent. The fifth root of x is x to the power of 1 over 5. The fourth root of x is x to the power of 1 over 4. And then 1 over x to the power of 2 over 3 is x to the power of negative 2 over 3. When we take the derivative, we're going to multiply by the exponent, 1 over 5 times x, and then we're going to subtract 1. 1 over 5 minus 1 is negative 4 over 5. Then minus, we're going to multiply 1 over 4. X to the power of 1 over 4 minus 1 is negative 3 over 4. And then for this last one, we multiply negative 1 by negative 2 over 3. That's going to be positive 2 over 3 times x to the power of 2 over 3 minus 1 is negative 5 over 3. And then finally, this will turn out to be 1 over 5 times x to the power of 4 over 5 minus 1 over 4 times x to the power of 3 over 4 plus 2 over 3 times x to the power of 5 over 3. We bring all of the exponents, or the x's with the exponents to the bottom to turn the exponents positive. And we find that the derivative of h of x is 1 over 5 times x to the power of 4 over 5 minus 1 over 4 times x to the power of 3 over 4 plus 2 over 3 times x to the power of 5 over 3.